If you rule the words, you rule the world. This is the most important quote I believe in my life. Languages are the most beautiful creation of a human brain. We can't imagine life without communication, and communication is impossible without languages. And the existence of each and every single language is due to the power of words. That's why I always quote that if you rule the words, you rule the world. Hello everyone, I am Satish and I'm gonna take you on the journey of origin of different languages. In the future, we are gonna learn about how these languages are born and how are they originated. How words are born and how are they impacted the human lives. What is the value of words and how are they changing our lives in a day-to-day basis. सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, हम अलग अलग भाषाओं के बारे में बहुत अमेजिंग फैक्ट सीखने वाले हैं, पर इन सबसे पहले फिलहाल हम फोकस करेंगे ओनली ऑन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज. The most important problem which we all face in English language, and that is called as vocabulary. We don't understand how to learn vocabulary. Even we don't understand how to utilize these words whenever we need it. What is the difference between active vocabulary and passive vocabulary? We don't understand that also. In the future, we are going to learn them in detail about it. पर फिलहाल हम vocabulary के सबसे important हिस्से को सीखने वाले हैं, and that is called as phrases and idioms. What are phrases and idioms? And what is the main difference in between them? Let's discuss about it. Now, what is a phrase? A group of words which makes a sense but not a complete sense is called as a phrase. माने ऐसा कोई भी वर्ड्स का ग्रुप ले लीजिए जिसको एक सेंस है, जिसको मीनिंग है लेकिन पूरा मीनिंग नहीं है, आधा अधूरा है. ऐसे किसी भी वर्ड्स के ग्रुप को हम हमेशा कहेंगे फ्रेज. लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल. शी सिट्स इन अ कॉर्नर. अब अगर ये पूरे सेंटेंस को देखोगे, सो शी सिट्स इन अ कॉर्नर, इट मेक्स कंप्लीट सेंस. बट अगर हम सिर्फ इन अ कॉर्नर इतने ही हिस्से को समझे, कॉर्नर में, इसका पूरा सेंस नहीं बनता, इसका पूरा मीनिंग नहीं आता. दैट्स व्हाई इन अ कॉर्नर विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज अ फ्रेज. So phrase is always nothing but a group of words which makes a sense but not a complete sense will be considered as a phrase. Now, what is an idiom? It's an expression or a phrase or a group of words which can be conventionally understood by native speaker more than people who are utilizing English as a second and third language. मैंने ऐसा कोई भी ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड लीजिए जिसको हम वर्ड बाय वर्ड ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर सकते. ऐसी कोई भी फ्रेज लीजिए जिसको हम वर्ड बाय वर्ड ट्रांसलेट नहीं कर सकते. ऐसे सभी फ्रेजेस को हम इडियम्स कहेंगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बी 0 in 1. कैन यू ट्रांसलेट इट? व्हाट विल बी द मीनिंग ऑफ 0 in 1? माने एक के अंदर 0 या 0 के अंदर एक, वी कांट ट्रांसलेट इट. एक्चुअल द मीनिंग ऑफ 0 in 1 एकाग्र होना, फोकस, कॉन्सेंट्रेशन या कॉन्सेंट्रेट होना. For example, you should be 0 in 1 in your life, or you should be 0 in 1 in your study. मैंने आपने अपने स्टडी में फोकस होना चाहिए, कॉन्सेंट्रेट होना चाहिए. आपने अपने लाइफ में फोकस होना चाहिए, कॉन्सेंट्रेट होना चाहिए. That will be meaning of 0 in 1. So we cannot judge that meaning. We cannot be understood that meaning without understanding English in a very proper manner. So idioms are nothing but the phrases. Idioms phrases ही है, लेकिन ऐसी phrases जिसको हम word by word translate नहीं कर सकते, ऐसे phrases को हम idioms कहेंगे. So guys, from today onward, we are going to learn 10 phrases and idioms in a day. So let's learn the 10 phrases for a day. So the first phrase we have, grin and bear it. In Hindi we can say चुपचाप सहते रहना. If you don't have any options and you have to accept the fact the way it is, instead of saying this much information, आप simply कहोगे grin and bear it. Example, women are being tortured in the male dominating society, they had better not grin and bear it. See, whenever you talk about a phrase का सबसे बड़ा ये फायदा होता है कि बहुत सारी information हम कम से कम शब्दों में बोल सकते हैं. So चुपचाप सहते रहना, instead of saying that in Hindi, हम English में कह सकते हैं grin and bear it. That's the first phrase we have. Let's talk about the next one, learn the hard way. If you have to learn something by your own mistakes or your bad experiences, so instead of saying this much information, आप simply कहोगे learn the hard way. In Hindi we can say बुरे अनुभव से सीखना. Example, they don't want to take my advice, so I guess they'll have to learn the hard way. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? कि वो मेरी एडवाइस नहीं लेना चाहते. इसका मतलब उनको अपने बुरे अनुभव से सीखना होगा. That's the meaning of it. So instead of saying this much information, आप simply कहोगे learn the hard way. Again, that's a very important and interesting phrase we have. Let's talk about the next one here. Next phrase we have as good as. In Hindi we can say लगभग. In English almost. So instead of saying almost, आप उसको replace कर सकते हो as good as इस word से. For example, her project is as good as over. So instead of saying almost over, आप simply कहोगे her project is as good as over. So again, it's a very beautiful phrase. Let's talk about the next one here. Come to grief. When you are getting failed in something because of a certain reasons, so instead of saying this much, simply we will say come to grief, you know. So whenever you consider that some disaster is going to be happened or you got failed in certain things, so we will simply say come to grief. Example, he came to grief because of his attitude. अब देखो, अगर कोई ट्रांसलेशन करने वाला बंदा होगा तो वो कहेगा कि ही गॉट फेल्ड इन हिज लाइफ बिकॉज ऑफ हिज एटीट्यूड. तो ये 2 या 3 लाइन करने से अच्छा अगर आप कोई नेटिव स्पीकर है तो वो बोलेगा लाइक ही केम टू ग्रीप बिकॉज ऑफ हिज ओन एटीट्यूड. सो दैट्स द पावर ऑफ द फ्रेजेस गाइस. सो दिस अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रेज वी हैव. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट वन. हियर थ्रू द ग्रेप वाइन और हियर ऑन द ग्रेप वाइन. यहाँ पे आप हियर ऑन द ग्रेप वाइन कह सकते हो या हियर थ्रू द ग्रेप वाइन कह सकते हो. दोनों में से आप कोई भी एक वर्ड लगाइए, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम विद दैट. एंड द मीनिंग इन हिंदी, इट मीन्स किसी से सुनी सुनाई बातें. Whenever you hear something from someone to whom you know already, so instead of saying that, आप इतनी सब information बोलने से अच्छा आप simply कहोगे hear through the grapevine. Example, I hear through the grapevine that you are investing in that business. अब फिर से वही, अगर कोई इसको ट्रांसलेट करके बोले तो कैसे बोलेगा कि I heard from someone that somebody told me that you are investing your money in that particular business. तो इतनी सब information बोलने से अच्छा अगर आप simply एक लाइन बोलते हो I hear through the grapevine that you are investing in that business, तो एक लाइन में वो सब information आ जाएगी. So that's the power of the idioms or that's the power of a phrases guys. So बहुत अच्छी phrase है hear through the grapevine, इसको please learn कीजिए. नेक्स्ट फ्रेज वी हैव गो विद द टाइड. अब यहाँ पे एक्चुअली हमारे पास कुछ ऑप्शंस है. आप गो विद द टाइड कह सकते हो, गो विद द टाइम्स कह सकते हो, गो विद द स्ट्रीम कह सकते हो, गो विद द क्राउड कह सकते हो या गो विद द फ्लो कह सकते हो. जो आपको अच्छी लगे फ्रेज आप इस्तेमाल कीजिए. इट मीन्स किसी का अनुकरण करना. Means whenever you are accepting the situation the way it is without opposing it, तो उस situation में हम simply कहेंगे go with the tide. Example, she would like to go with the tide after joining that new job. तो अगर आप किसी का विरोध नहीं कर रहे हो और जैसे चल रहा है वैसे चलने दे रहे हो तो आप उस situation में कहोगे go with the tide. So it's again very important phrase we have. So let's talk about the next phrase. The next phrase we have gird up one's loins. Here the word once is replaceable. अगर आप इसकी जगह पे आप his, her, mine, my आप ऐसे words रख सकते हो. जैसे gird up his loins, gird up my loins, gird up her loins. इसका मतलब होता है कि किसी काम के लिए कमर कस लेना. Means you're getting ready for hard work or you're getting ready for certain challenges. Means whenever you are accepting you're getting ready to accept any new challenges, instead of saying that much information आप simply कहोगे gird up one loins. Example, I guess she had better gird up her loins and go to the work. She has to do something about it. So अगर हम फ्रेज इस्तेमाल करें तो फ्रेज का फायदा है कि बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन हम कम से कम शब्दों में बता सकते हैं. सो अगेन इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रेज वी हैव. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट वन, एट गन पॉइंट. Means whenever you are in any dangerous situation and you are about to die, you feel like that, or you do have a do or die situation. So instead of saying that much, आप simply कहोगे at a gun point. In Hindi it means मौत के सामने खड़े रहना. Example, he was at a gunpoint on a border in the war. So again, it's a very important phrase. Let's learn the next phrase guys, and that is get out of the habit of. In this phrase आप out of इस word को outa as a pronounce कर सकते हो. तो इसके 2 pronunciation हो जाएंगे. एक आप बोल सकते हो get out of the habit of या आप बोलोगे get outa the habit of. दोनों का मतलब होगा कि आदत छोड़ना. Means whenever you stop certain habit while whatever you do regularly, तो आप simply कहोगे get out of the habit of. For example, I got out of the habit of doing an exercise regularly. So whenever you talk this phrase, it means आप किसी की आदत छोड़ रहे हो, कोई आदत छोड़ रहे हो. That's the meaning of it. Let's talk about the next one, make a habit of. Now this phrase is exactly opposite of get out of the habit of. तो make a habit of का मतलब होता है कि आदत लगाना. Get out of the habit का मतलब था कि आदत छोड़ना. So whenever you actually make yourself habituated of doing something, so आप बोलोगे make a habit of. For example, they made a habit of talking about others at the back of them. So बहुत important phrase है. So this is your 10th phrase. Now these are the all 10 phrases which we have learned right now. Let's revise at once. Green and bear it, इसका मतलब हो गया चुपचाप सहते रहना. Means whenever you have to accept the fact the way it is without doing anything against it. So instead of saying that much information, आप simply कहोगे green and bear it. Let's learn the next one. Learn the hard way. Means whenever you are learning something by your own bad experiences or your own mistakes, so instead of saying that much information, आप simply कहोगे learn the hard way. इसका मतलब बुरे अनुभव से सीखना. Next phrase, as good as. As good as का मतलब होता है लगभग, almost. So instead of saying almost, आप उसको replace करो as good as इस word से, phrase से. Next phrase we have come to grief. Come to grief का मतलब you're getting failed in certain things. So असफल हो जाना, that's the meaning of this phrase. So instead of saying that much information, आप कहोगे simply come to grief. Now hear through the grapevine. इसका मतलब हो गया किसी से सुनी सुनाई बात है. Means whenever you hear something from someone about certain things to whom you know already, so instead of saying that much information, आप simply कहोगे hear through the grapevine. Now next phrase we have go with the tide. आप इस जगह पे कह सकते हो go with the times, go with the streams, go with the crowd. या आप कह सकते हो go with the flow. Excuse me. So whenever you talk that, we simply use the phrase go with the tide. इसका मतलब होता है कि अनुकरण करना. मीन्स जैसे चल रहा है वैसे चलने देना, किसी को अपोज नहीं करना. That's the meaning of this phrase. Next we have here gird up one's loins. मैंने पहले बताया था once a word हम रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं by word his or her or my. So इसका मतलब होता है कि getting ready for hard work. Means whenever you are getting ready for certain challenging situation, आप उस जगह पे कहोगे gird up one's loins. So बहुत अच्छी phrase है ये. Next phrase we have at a gun point. Means whenever you have a do or die situations. So instead of saying that, आप simply यहाँ पे कहोगे at gun point. Next word, get out of the habit of and make a habit of. These are the two phrases which are exactly opposite of each other. Get out of the habit of का मतलब कि आदत छोड़ना and make a habit of का मतलब कि आदत लगाना. So these are the 10 phrases we have for a day. I hope you would learn by heart them. और अगर आप observe करोगे तो ये सभी phrases हमें रोज इस्तेमाल करने के लिए ऐसी situations आती है कि like we want to talk about that. तो ये phrases हम हमेशा इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं and I hope you would definitely use it. मैं recommend करूँगा कि आप इसके ऊपर examples बनाएं और comment section में लिखें. If there will be any problems or if you get any kind of a trouble to understand them, definitely you can ask me any kind of a questions in the comment sections. So guys, please like, share and subscribe our channel, and in the future we are going to share so many amazing facts about different languages. Not only that, we are going to learn so many amazing facts about English language also. So please subscribe our channel and share this information as much as you can. Thank you for a day. We will meet in the next video to learn the next 10 phrases. Thank you guys.